The parable of the talents. Was the master really angry over a single talent? In Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30, Jesus tells the parable of the talents, a story that teaches about using the gifts and opportunities God gives us. In the parable, a wealthy master is about to go on a journey, so he calls his servants and entrusts them with his property. To one servant, he gives 5 talents, a large sum of money. To another, he gives 2 talents, and to a third, he gives 1 talent, each according to their ability. The servants with 5 and 2 talents immediately put their money to work and doubled their amounts. However, the servant who received only 1 talent, fearing he might lose it, buried it in the ground to keep it safe. When the master returned, he asked each servant to give an account of what they had done with the talents he had entrusted to them. The servants who had invested their talents wisely were praised by the master. He said to each of them, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things." But when the servant with the 1 talent came forward, he explained that he had buried it because he was afraid of the master, describing him as a hard man. The master responded sharply, "Thou wicked and slothful servant," and criticized him for not at least putting the money in the bank to earn interest. As a result, the single talent was taken from him and given to the servant with 10 talents. This parable highlights the importance of using the gifts and opportunities God has given us, no matter how small they may seem. The master's anger wasn't because of the single talent itself, but because the servant had failed to act. Instead of using his talent, he chose fear and laziness, missing the opportunity to grow what he had been given. The lesson here is clear. God expects us to use our abilities, resources, and opportunities to do good and to grow his kingdom. Whether we have many talents or just a single one, we are responsible for making the most of what we've been given. The parable teaches that faithfulness in small things can lead to greater responsibilities, while neglecting even small opportunities leads to lost potential. In the end, this story invites us to reflect on how we are using the gifts God has entrusted to us, and challenges us to be faithful and diligent, trusting that he will bless our efforts.